Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Joseph Crudup Show. Today is Monday, May the 5th, 2025. I'm doing live on YouTube. Yes, I am. I'm doing it live on YouTube. Check out the one of the best we've seen here. We ever seen this thing before, so we're going to get started right now. Last night's game between the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. Well, you heard the news and everything that goes up and going happening. Now it's happening right now, right in front of those very damn eyes. It has been it has been everything. Everything that goes up, but it will stay that way. So, man, see if I can get this out of here. Okay, but look. The thing that comes and goes right now. I can never ever tell what's happening or what went down last night's game, and the Golden State Warriors, they have it all. And they went on to face the Houston Rockets and then beat them after being cut short here to go to the series to face the Timberwolves when they beat the Lakers in Game 5 last time. But now but then last night it came well, folks. Last night, Seth Curry had the best night. Draymond Green had the best night. And the whole Warriors team had the best night last night. It says this and that. It just said, well, if we're going to beat the Houston Rockets, we will. And that's what they did last night. Last night game became great. It's great to see how this Golden State team came together, and Steve Cole knows it. And although I do got everything that goes up and down, but anyway. So it says this, ladies and gentlemen. I can never even tell what the Warriors had did last night. They never look back. They never get into it, and they got into it. Now the Golden State, their team is going to face the Tampa Bulls in Game 1. So we're gonna figure out what went down. That was last night. Now here they are, the Golden State Warriors. Wow. The Warriors and the Rockets game last night was absolutely tremendous. Now Jalen Green says he played like now we're going to talk about Jalen Green. Okay, now we're going to get that for us in just a few months. This whole Warriors team have win. They went on to win last night, 103-89, and Steve Kerr's got to be very happy. Now here's what he says. Now doubles and wobbles can say it took the Golden State Warriors 7 games despite leading 3-1. They can crush the benches of Jonathan Colomar for months of the possess and the postseason, and they can cast doubt on B. Wendell Pozeski ability to shorten playoff responsibilities. But one thing is true: the Golden State Warriors beat the Houston Rockets to advance. In the Western Conference semifinals, they will have a tough matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and with Game 1 tipping up on Tuesday. There's now a lot of time to celebrate. Last night, however, the Dubs could rest on their laurels. Now, Steve Kerr made sure the team knew that he was thrilled with the results, resources, and princesses, and he also made sure to emphasize that the job isn't fixed until another band is raising. That's championship result right there. Praising God. That was an incredible performances. Game plan, the skill plan to a T, 48 minutes toughness grip. That's why you guys had her banners, and and you new guys. You're learning from these guys. That's what Steve Kerr said. So now let's hear what Steve Kerr has to say. So that's what Steve Kerr is doing. I mean, he keeping his team warm. He's telling this team, the Golden State team, to keep it warm. And that's what he's about to do. He's going to win. He's going to have this team win another championship. But they are the seventh seed in the NBA. And you think they can do it? Let's just hope so. Let's just hope so. Golden State is not a normal seventh seed. Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Looney have all won multiple NBA titles. And the federal addition of Jimmy Butler loosening the Wolves' title hopes. Well, they still have the Timberwolves and either Denver Nuggets or Oklahoma City Thunder to be before they can make the finals. All three of which are arguably the better teams. The Wolves have unmatched championship experience, and they will lean on their voters going forward. So now what do they do? Well, the plan is they're going to win, and they're going to win, and they're going to win. Now for this, folks, we're going to go over Adam Cena now. It says this. Now, we're talking about last night's game. Now, I just gotta know that this is how it's gonna happen. So anyway, now I believe that Steve Kerr and the Wolves are gonna win it all. They're gonna win it all, but I gotta get past to the Minnesota Timberwolves first before they go into the Eastern Conference Finals to face even the Thunder or the Denver Nuggets. It's gonna be a good one. So now let's go to Jalen Green. Jalen Green says he played like crap in Rockets 2025 NBA playoff loss to Wolves. Now it says this. Now, Houston Rockets guard Jalen Green was brutally honest about how he felt he played during his team's 7-game first round playoff series loss to the Golden State Warriors, as noted to the reporters. Here's what Jalen Green has to say. So it says this, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Green says he played like, you know what. So now, in game 2, Green scored 38 points on 13 or 25 shooting to lead Houston to the 109-94 win over the Warriors. Otherwise, Green advanced 9.2 points on 31.1% shooting. He never scored more than 12 points in any other game. And he finished the season with 8 points on 3 or 8 shooting in the 108, 103, 89 home loss to the Warriors. Green played in his first ever playoffs after leading the number 2 seed Rockets with 21.0 PPG. The future is still bright for the 23-year-old Green, the number 2 overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft. Obviously, the postseason was a disappointment for him, but he certainly has the capability to bounce back strong next year and beyond, especially at a long Rockets team that looks like a potential permanent playoff contender given its talent core. So now it says this. Now, Jalen Green, his team, they can play well next year. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll be the championship contenders. The championship contenders here in the NBA. And it says this, ladies and gentlemen, I can even tell what's going to happen. It's going to happen so far as this going on. And now, if Houston can get this one, if they can get that one for sure, they're going to be a tough team to beat. And maybe next year it will. So we'll see what happens by then for sure. And I can even tell you that Houston's going to be better this year. Going to be better next year. Now we're going to the Denver Nuggets. After they have a hard fought, it was a back and forth going on here, and Denver knows it when they beat the Clippers on Saturday night. It goes on and on and on. It just like says this. Now you see right now, this is game one. Well, game one, it was yesterday. The Patriots have beaten the Cavaliers. That was last night. Held tonight, the Knicks and the Boston Celtics playing for the first time since 1990. And yes, it has. Now, Boston, they're up by 3 points, 14-11. Let's see if they can keep this up. I hope the Knicks go win and take the series. So now we're going to take a look. We're going to go to Denver, the Denver Nuggets. When they beat the Cavaliers here, they were going to face the Thunder tonight. They're facing Thunder tonight. So we're going to see what happens. Now it says this. Now let's go to the Clippers. Now Clippers embarrassed after Game 7 meltdown versus the Nuggets. What went wrong to the Clippers last night? Well, no, Kyle Lee's sitting down there when Jeff Van Gundy is watching. Let's go to this. Now, the Los Angeles Clippers won out of the jam on Saturday when they defeated in a win or go home Game 7 contest against the Denver Nuggets. The Clippers looked interesting and didn't bring the necessary compensation to advance to the next round of the playoffs. The Nuggets, on the other hand, look focused as they rely on their championship experiences to move on to the second round. The Nuggets will now take on the number one seed, the Oklahoma City Thunder, for the right to play in the Western Conference Finals. As for the Clippers, they'll look to retool after that fantastic season and after they made some massive changes from last summer. Now, the Clippers entered the season with not much expectation, but at the end of the season, many believe they could make a deep playoff run. However, after another first-round exit, the team will return to the drawing board to be a battle for the next season. If their last game tells us anything about the future, it essentially isn't right. After the contest, the president of basketball operations, Lawrence Frank, spoke bluntly on his team's performances and what happened to be their final game of the season. Our players are embarrassed about Game 7, and they're really upset that they lost the series, as well as our coaches, says Frank. So now, that's Justin Boston says this. Now, look, the team, the Los Angeles Clippers team, is looking pretty good this season, but not when they lost against the Denver Nuggets. That was last Saturday. Last Saturday it was a good. So now I can tell you that right now. I can tell you that right now. It is off for this. So now Right, for the eggs, that egg. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go for this right now. Now, the Clippers and now Stars simply didn't play well enough to get the win on the road. As a team, they shot 47.6% from the field and were poor from below the arc, shooting 29.6% from three. As for their star player, James Harden, he was below the average. He recorded only 7 points and pulled 2 of 8 shooting from the field, 5 rebounds, 13 assists, and 2 steals. Harden was also at 29 minus 29 and a plus minutes deportation. Clippers star forward Carolina Leonard lead the team in scoring with 22 points on 6 of 13 shooting from the field, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks, while being at number 33 minus 33 in the plus minutes deportation. Although the loss was a tough pill to swallow, the Clippers now had a chance to regroup and retool during the offseason, with both a first and second round pick in hand, along with accesses to the non-tax player mid-level expectation. They're positioned to make a striking addition, whether it's blistering scoring, achievement defensively, velocities, or shooting up team charisma. So I gotta say this. Now, this this is gonna be a good one. I can never tell. But I believe the Clippers are gonna do that next season. If they get well. If they get well. I can promise you that. If they get well, this show is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one for us for next year. But not this year. Not today. So now, I gotta say this, and I gotta say this right now. Poor people, you better get ready for this now. Second round is on its way. Now the Cavaliers, man, they're the number one seed here in the Eastern Conference. That was about in this time, but lost to the Indiana Pacers. That was last night. Last night they lost to the Indiana Pacers. So we can never do that. It's just, I gotta say this. This Pacers team is gonna be great. So now this Indiana Pacers team is gonna be great. It's gotta be great. Boston team is gotta be great. New York Knicks team is great. Everything is both teams are great. But we will see what happens right now. Because we've seen this on and on again right now. I gotta tell you, it's gonna be great. You see what happens now. Now this is the NBA team that's gonna do it. We're gonna find out who, and then we're gonna find out what's gonna be. It's gonna be next year for sure. It's gonna be net. Gonna be net. But this year, this is the postseason in the NBA playoffs. This is round two. This is round two in the NBA. We got the Knicks and the Celtics. You got the Cavaliers and the Pacers. You got the Thunder and the Nuggets. And you got the Timberwolves and the Warriors. Whoever wins gets to the conference finals. Even team can win, but the series will continue, and it's going to continue. The postseason is going to continue, and I can just going to have a blast. We're going to find out, see what happens. Okay, that's going to be it for now. Watch for us. I got 2 thumbs up. I got 2 people watching, and I hope you subscribe this video. So, guys, please subscribe this video, like me on YouTube, and check me out here on the Joseph Crudup Show. I'm going live on this video every time, anytime I'm going to be live on this video. I haven't been live on this one, so I do it live every time, and every day we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about sports and everything like this: NBA, WWE, NHL, NASCAR, Major League Baseball, I name it. Till then, I'm Joseph Crudup. Subscribe to this video, and I will see you then. Till then, peace out, everybody. God bless.